Y'all see me? Can y'all see me? Let me know what's up. Hold on, man. I do not like shooting my shit that way. Let me know if y'all can see me, man. Whenever y'all get in here. Can y'all see me or the shit still fucked up? I don't know what's going on. Because there's nothing wrong with my camera. Y'all can see me? It's StreamYard. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So, all right, I'm just let it, you know what I'm saying? Give every time. Shout out to bros, man. Gotti Line, what's goody, bro? It's been a minute. It's still fucked up? I think that might be the thing I got on there. Let me normalize that shit. That might be my settings or whatever. I'll worry about that later. But y'all can see me. That's all that matters right now. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. But yeah, man. So I thought aliens came. They might, man. You never know. They going through they talking about this closing shit. They talking about we don't got UFOs no more. We got UAPs and shit. So you never know, man. They might have been beaming over my house or some shit, JD. I don't know. I gotta watch out for that shit though. But what's up with y'all, man? Yeah, man. There's some type of filter on here. Something. I get it right. I get it right. See, cause you know what it is. You know what it is. My phone got this shit right. Cause I got like a what the fuck is the name of my phone? It's like a Google Pixel 4 XL or some shit like that. And it's got this feature on it called like adaptive color. So whatever's going on with the lighting in the room, say whatever the way my lighting in my room is or whatever, it'll just adapt to however the fuck it wants to adapt. So I'll take that shit off and that should probably prevent the problem and shit. I'll do that shit some other time. But yeah, man. You say you retired like Boom, even knew everyone knew you can't help it. What are you talking about? What are people talking about? And all of this like Boone shit, I don't know what the fuck. I have nothing to do. I have no control over what Boone does with his day. But clearly, if y'all motherfuckers seen my video, I do everything on my own and on my own feeling. If y'all saw my video, what time did I shoot that video? Was it early in the morning? Was it in the evening whenever Boone did his shit on West Coast time? Because I'm on East Coast time. And I definitely shot my shit in the morning. So I don't want niggas, so don't come in here talking about Two Hands is doing what Boone doing and shit like that, because if anybody know me, know I rock on my own accord. I say a lot of shit, but shit ain't about shit. So don't get me mixed up with like I'm some nigga that do shit for a fad or I do shit on some go along, get along shit, because that's not me. That's not how I get down. I ain't no fake fuck nigga like that. And I made it very clear. I would not shut down my channel. But I said, I'm not going to be doing the edits and all the lives and shit every day like I was doing, because it come to a point when you got so much of a passion and a love for something or anything that you do, you just, certain shit will make you feel a type of way, especially if you heavily invested into it. So, you know, for me, it's better for me to pull back from some shit than get frustrated. So the way, you know what I'm saying, like I said, when I would pull up, man, I met a lot of great motherfuckers in this community, dog. I'm not going to shut down 3 years worth of work for nobody. Niggas got me fucked up. I'm just not going to be at it the way, you know what I'm saying, I was at it. You know what I mean? That shit kind of like, it was getting to me mentally, physically, and shit like that. So I just, you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna rock like that. But don't try to say that, you know what I'm saying, like, please don't come in here, yo, and I fuck with you, Crab, but don't come in here talking about something like, yo, I'm on some, like, me and Boone, like, doing some shit, like, knew you were capping. I don't give a fuck what you do. Better yet, let me help you. Better yet, let me help you. How about that? How about that? But anyway, man, I wanted to talk about last night, though, man. The motherfucking fight last night. What did y'all think about that Gary Russell fight? How'd y'all feel about what y'all saw? So on and so forth. said East Coast time is the right time. Nah, I'm just joking. Nah, man. Like when I do a video, like, come on, man. I have no idea Boom was gonna do whatever he did. Like that shit was kind of weird. I don't know, man. I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut, man, because I don't know. Niggas is weird with this YouTube shit, man. I ain't got no time to entertain little fucking boys, man. Like niggas can feel however they want to feel. Niggas can feel like if I say, and hold up, man. Like, what difference do it make if I say I'm not fucking doing? I don't feel like talking boxing, or I do feel like talking boxing. Is it not my prerogative if I feel like I don't want to do some shit and I come back and I decide to do some shit? Should that weigh any bearing on any other man, or is that my prerogative? I kind of thought that was my prerogative. I kind of thought I had the right to kind of do whatever the fuck I wanted to do anyway, and can't nobody tell me what to do. And you can't stop me. You can't beat me up. So shut the fuck up. Like, I'll fuck you up. Miguel, what's popping? I didn't even watch the fights. We got nasty ice storm Friday. Barely got above freezing for 3 days. Yeah, shit, like, we've been having some weird-ass weather up here, too, man. Like, snowstorms, ice storms, like, shit be snowing, like, part-time. Then it want to be 60 degrees part-time, so shit was just wild weird. So if you ain't catch what happened last night, man, like, the dude didn't, like, yo, this dude, Mark Magsayo, right? Niggas talk this dude up so much, undefeated record and all of that stuff. Manny Pacquiao promoted and all of that, and act like this dude was such a great fighter and shit like that. I made it very clear. I was like, yo, I said, man, 12 rounds. I said, girl, I annihilate this dude. I was like, he's not going to be able to outbox him. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, you know, you get injured in the fight. But my whole thing is this. I'm going to say this, though. Even with Gary being injured in that fight or whatever, how the fuck do you go another 8 rounds? He got injured in the 4th. How do you go another 8 rounds with a dude and you can't hit him? He's pot-shotting you with a left hand the whole night. He's making you look bad. And then at the end of the fight, you got the audacity to sit up there and say, you hurt him, you did this and you did that, knowing his shoulder was fucked up going into the fight. So what I'm thinking is his shit was already dislocated, and he jumped in there and was only one move for it to pop the shit back out. But don't sit up there and act like, you know what I'm saying, you won the fight and it was all you and your power, because you never really hit him the entirety of the night. So my whole thing is, like, that's another problem with boxing. You know, motherfuckers get credit for the shit that they don't do. So it was like, yo, did you listen to the fact that these dudes, these commentators, these fucking shills, these jokes of people, these shitty human fucking beings, like, they have the nerve to sit up there and say, like, how, like all this effective aggression, he doing this and he doing that and he doing this. Like, but my thing is, like, bro, if you coming forward and you throwing a bunch of punches and you not hitting dude, and the dude got you looking bad, getting out the way, pivoting you all night, and he's punching you with a left hand, I don't give a fuck if a nigga hit you 8 times. I don't give a fuck if a nigga hit you 10 times. If you don't hit him at all, then you shouldn't get rewarded for that. Since when in the world did we stop rewarding people in boxing for hitting and not getting hit? And another individual just looking completely befuddled, and all of the punches he was throwing, this dude looked like he was having the worst time of his life. The entirety of the fight, he looked like he was having the worst time of his life. Look at him round by round, and look how visibly gassed this dude was, and he wasn't even able to punch him. I would probably say, yeah, you hit him with a couple of body shots, probably maybe 1 or 2 every round, but you just effectively out that joint doing nothing. Like completely doing nothing. Like nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you're getting rewarded for this. So this is why it speaks to what I was saying when I was like, yo, I'm closing the curtains on this shit, because boxing is not what I'm used to anymore. It's not, and we're rewarding guys for doing absolutely nothing. For what it seemed to me like motherfuckers was thirsty to take a title away from a guy who was pimping the system, who basically wasn't taking fights because he wasn't getting the fights he fucking wanted. So he was only willing to fight his mandatory once a year. And regardless however anybody feel about that, if you fighting your mandatory is the top guy in the ranking. So I can't hate on a nigga for that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you got to go out there and you got to beat the champion, man. You got to go out there and you got to beat the champion. And I don't feel like he did that at all. And it's like, yo, he fought the nigga with one arm. Like, where the fuck is my air freshener? Because I cannot stand gas. Where's my... I think it's over there somewhere. I'll find it eventually. I was so mad last night because I'm like, when I sit up there and say that when I was speaking, when I said I'm tired of this shit, and I was basically speaking to the fact that I'm just like, yo, boxing is not going to be something that, you know what I'm saying, makes real fans happy when it comes to the sweet science. So I'm always going to sound like a fucking pessimistic individual. Man, shout out to my nigga Blue, man. He said, I thought you had to really beat the champ to get a win, especially a 6-year reign. Maxayo didn't capitalize on a one-arm fighter for 8 rounds. So how does that make motherfuckers feel? How do you go back and talk about that fighter? Do y'all sit up there and keep saying he the next Manny Pacquiao, or you say he's a straight up fucking bum? Because according to me, from where I'm sitting, I would have to say the nigga's a straight up fucking bum. If you can't beat Gary Russell, and Gary Russell is a superior top fighter, one of the best jabbers in boxing currently today, one of the most highest output fighters, dude that makes hits and never gets hit, and you really think about it, I'm just like, so how are you supposed to feel about that fighter? Because I'm gonna tell you how I feel about that fighter. That motherfucker's a bum. Straight up fucking custard, B. Sweet. Lemon custard. Fucking like pineapple slushy shit. He's fucking trash. Like, I will never, ever, 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 ever reward a guy who can't even motherfucking capitalize or damage a guy who literally just fucking beats you with one hand. He beats you with one hand. I mean, there's nothing else that I could say about this shit other than he beat you with one hand, he made you look bad, and then the entirety of the fact that this dude only had one hand, he had you visibly gassed the entirety of the fight. The only good thing about last night was the co-main event. That was the only good thing about last night. The co-main event. Francis Ngannou fought last night, and I was like, yeah, I could tune into that, but I gotta watch boxing. Like, I have to watch boxing. So I chose to watch fucking boxing. And I didn't watch, you know what I'm saying? I didn't watch Evander Holyfield's son fight or nothing like that. I tuned in strictly for the co-main and shit like that. Fucking, and Matthias, he got off. Like, them boys got off. Ananya and Matthias, they truly got off. It was a pocket fight. It was grueling. It was, you know what I'm saying, it was a war of wills and attritions going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And for a moment there, it made me realize, like, why I love the sport. And honestly, I was so amped up from what I saw. I was like, yo, this is the reason why I love talking about boxing. This is the reason why I be invested in boxing. And this is the reason why my heart's always going to be in boxing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can never give up on the sport. Like, but the energy, I just can't put that type of energy into it no more. Because for as great as the co-main event was, like, the main event made me feel exactly how I felt fucking 2 weeks ago. Like, if we're going to take titles from reigning champions, ruin fucking records and all of that shit, like, yo, let's have a valid reason to do so. That's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Like, can we have a valid reason to take a title away from a champion instead of just rob him based off of a motherfucker who is just running around winging punches and not hitting nobody? It's almost like motherfuckers want to give him credit for the same shit Floyd, like Manny Pacquiao was doing against Floyd Mayweather, and niggas try to say he only had one shoulder when visibly he was punching with 2 hands. I'm just saying, like, man, yo, like, nah, that nigga's a bum. He's a bum. Gary Russell is that good. I will make that clear. But you can't hype this dude up and say this dude is the next Manny Pacquiao. This is what I'm speaking off, mama. You can't hype an individual up and say he's the next Manny Pacquiao and say he's all of these fucking things, and you can't even get around one hand. A nigga can only go in one direction. All you got to do is go in the opposite direction to offset that shot, right or wrong. You don't go in the direction of the hand, the only hand that he's capable of using. So what does that show me? That shows me a lack of IQ. It shows me a lack of IQ. And it shows me once again, motherfuckers do what they always do. They go to Sheets or they go to Wawa, they put their whack ass ethanol gas all on the commentary. Like, y'all ain't pumping no premium on this shit. Y'all pouring straight ethanol all on this commentary. Straight whack ass fucking gas, man. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Real talk. It was actually a beautiful display of boxing by Russell. He threw 0 punches, nothing with the right arm after the 4th round. Wow. Like, this dude threw no jabs. He couldn't jab. He couldn't jab. He had to consistently live off of a straight left hand the entirety of the night. Head, body, double up to the head, body, head, and try to execute it when he can without making sure the lactic acid formulated in that fucking arm, the only arm that he was using. And so that joint will go fucking rubber, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it wouldn't go chicken noodle on him. And you made this guy look bad. And you gave him a title. You gave him a title. So if this is what we're going to be doing in boxing from now on, this is fucking crazy. Fish, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Because, like, you probably already got a disdain for an individual. What are you basing the win off of? What are you basing the win off of? You sound like a dickhead right now. You want me to feel sorry for him? Get the fuck out of here. Inactivity. He had to shave his beard. He was injured. He got beat. The whole point of the matter is that, yes, he was injured. He injured his hand further in the 4th round. He was punching with 2 hands in the fight. How the fuck do you not get hit with 1 hand and you manage to still outwork an individual with 1 arm? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you in that bitch watching the fight with 1 eye or no eyes, or you just blind as fuck? Because I'm not giving anybody sympathy. I'm not even the biggest fan of Gary Russell. I'm a fan of the science. I have never sugarcoated anything when it comes to this sport for anybody. But it's motherfuckers like you who already have a preconceived notion based off of the fact that you go to other channels and you listen to motherfuckers and y'all ride what people say and y'all can't formulate opinions on your own. And y'all say dumb shit like this. You want to know what your rhetoric sounds like? It sounds like the same shit that I've heard from several other channels, and niggas want to chalk that up to inactivity. So if you want to base an injury off inactivity, how dumb do you sound right now? So an injury is based off of inactivity? Is that what you're saying? Help me figure this out. Is that what you're saying? Is everybody saying that an injury is based off of inactivity? Is that what he's saying? That's kind of what I'm getting from it. And I got a dumb motherfucker talking about how I'm trying to make him feel. Nigga, you a grown-ass man. I ain't trying to make you feel like nothing. Y'all motherfuckers think that I'm here to sway y'all opinion or I give 2 fucks about your opinion. This is my shit. I stand on my shit. I could give a fuck how you feel about it. But the way you talking right now, you're not talking from the place of what happened last night. You talking from a place of you don't like the way he moved. That's what it sounds like. So if that's what it is, I think you might want to unbunch your panties a little bit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Y'all niggas sound like some real emotional niggas. Like, I don't understand grown-ass men. And you way older than me. And you sound wild emotional, and you sound like these other dudes that just want to hate dude. I don't give a fuck if a nigga fight 1 time a year or he fight 5 times a year. It's about the performance. I don't give a fuck about your layoff. You want to know what that showed me more than anything? A nigga with a 2-year layoff comes in the rings and fights a motherfucker who was supposed to be a killer and completely makes a nigga look dumb and washed. And he's younger and more in his prime. He had 2 hands. He had 2 hands. Fah Fah, you already know what it is. He had 2 hands. What the fuck did he do with them, though? What did he do with them? Come on, Fish. Tell me what the fuck your man did with his 2 hands last night. Tell me what he did. I want to know from your perspective, since you running the show here. You tell me what he did. You tell me what the nigga with 2 hands did last night. I would like to know. I would like to know, because the sweet science, because you sound emotional. I'm gonna go back and listen to what you said. I'm gonna go back and listen to repeat what you said. What? You want me to feel sorry for him? Get the fuck out of here. Inactivity. He had to shave his beard. He was injured. He got beat by a poor IQ guy because he lazy but talented. So anybody in here, no gas intended, no gas intended. Is that an accurate depiction of what happened last night? From what Fish said, do you guys think that's an accurate depiction of what happened last night? Because from where I'm sitting, nobody really agrees with you. And I think you might be a little bit, I don't know if it's blurred lines or what, but I'm just saying, if we're going to talk about boxing and all of the things that boxing is built off of, and the multifaceted execution that you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the sport, especially, it don't matter if you got 2 arms or 1 arm. This is the thing. I credit a motherfucker who only got 1 motherfucking arm, blow the bitch out, go in with the motherfucker injured or not, and don't pull out like half a motherfucker, these whole vagina having whores who won't even take a fight, whether they injured or not. Still went out there and performed. Made a nigga look dumb. Made him look bubblegum sweet, and you couldn't put a hand on him. So what I'm saying is this. So we going to stop acknowledging the science? We're going to stop acknowledging the science of it all? And we're going to talk about what the fuck does inactivity have to do with the activity? Answer me that. What does inactivity have to do with the activity that was portrayed and displayed last night? Talk to me nice. I'm just saying, no. I'm just saying. Gary's going to be retired being fed to a guy at 130. Gary's going to retire being fed to a guy at 130. That might be possibly so, but I can't predict the future. All I can do is, I can just present, my hypothetical perspective to you gentlemen based off what took place yesterday. And what I saw yesterday was, if that young man is supposed to be one of the best of what boxing has to offer, so to speak, with a wizard like Freddie Roach, and all he could do was absolutely nothing with an individual 1 arm, does that speak volumes of Gary? Or does that tell you something about Mark Maxayo? These are questions we gotta ask. This is shit that we gotta really, really break down. This shit that we really gotta we gotta iron this out. That's all I'm saying. My nigga Truth Bomb, will you, Brody, bro? Yeah, man. So what we gonna give what we gonna give Max Ayo? We gonna give him 10-9 rounds off of shout out to my nigga Miguel Moica. What we gonna give him 10-9 rounds off missing punches? Is that what we doing? We giving 10-9 rounds off missing punches? Yo, I'm taking this active focus, active coloring shit off because it's driving me crazy, man. Gary Russell got owned? You don't know shit about boxing. I'm just gonna say, yo, it's over. Look, I gotta say this, right? I gotta say this for the faint of heart, and I gotta say this for the emotionally disconnected. It's over. The show is over. The days that we credit for what we really see in the boxing ring, and the days that we give gas, the days that we pour gas on bullshit, the day that we pour gas on bullshit and we start heralding individuals for doing absolutely nothing is here. This is what it is. This is exactly what I was talking about 2 weeks ago. And this is why, I can't even get frustrated no more. I just accept it. This is what it is. You got motherfuckers who don't know a fucking thing about boxing, anything about what they watching, or maybe they too old to process what they seeing in the ring. So forgive me if you can't. And I see there's super chats in there, and I'm gonna get to that. The comments went down. I'm about to read all y'all shit. Maybe we just at a point to where motherfuckers just can't keep up. or motherfuckers should only be watching 175 to 200 plus, because people just can't see what's going on in the ring. They can't pick up. It's like when remember when Sean Porter and Bud Crawford fought? How many motherfuckers was giving Sean Porter rounds that he did not win? I do believe a lot of people were giving Sean Porter rounds he did not win, punches that he did not connect, activity, you know what I'm saying, giving heralding activity, but a whole bunch of, you know what I mean, misproduction though. A whole bunch of missing, a whole bunch of chicken wing flinging, you know what I'm saying, and a whole bunch of missing. And we crediting this shit now. Just face it, it's over. It's over. It scored me 8, the rest was 4 gone. What? Well, I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. Like, help me understand, man. Help me understand. I think Gary was rusty, which was due to inactivity. He didn't look healthy on the scales either. You know what I'm saying? You know the scales are a tricky game at all times, JD. You know what I'm saying? In like 2 years of inactivity, I get that. But like I said, you know, even when I watched the fight last night, I said, look, it's going to take him about 3 rounds to shake rust off and watch him get at it. Now, my thing is knowing these things, right? After round 3, after round 3, and the nigga, after round 3, he lost his arm in round 4. I visibly saw the rust shaking off and the nigga was moving and shaking on him. Now, if the nigga had 2 arms, how can you double and triple up with 1 hand and touch a dude that's got 2 hands and you only got 1? Now, imagine if Gary, with the speed he has and having 2 hands and was able to touch him the way he needed to touch him, what do we think the outcome of that situation would have been? So, does that speak, once again, does that speak volumes of Gary? Or does that speak volumes of Mark Magsayo? Because I don't think Gary, because what that showed me last night is Gary doesn't even suffer from, you know what I'm saying, ring rust and inactivity, because this is my thing. I don't make, like, the whole ring rust shit is a myth to me. It's a myth. Because contrary to belief, if you're a fighter, you fighting all the time. Like, yo, I don't know why people have this, like this preconceived notion or this thought in their mind, and I'm not saying that about you, JD. I'm just saying that because this is the way boxing thinks in general. They think because if they don't see you fight on a main event, co-main or whatever, or it's not an actual show, that you're not fighting, and or because you haven't been in the ring, that just equates to rust. I don't believe in ring rust. I believe in, sparring wars get nastier than most fights. And if anybody been around the gym or anybody know anything about boxing, motherfuckers would know that. Sparring wars get way more nasty. Niggas will put in 20 to 25 rounds of pain on a regular basis. There's no such thing I never, because y'all know I don't do hand holding. So I don't do the whole ring rust shit and all of that. You go out there, you're meant to do a job. And on that evening, if we say this in boxing, if we always say this shit in boxing, like, regardless of whatever or how you felt, you go out there, you supposed to do a job. The man was better on that night. You give credit to him and you don't make any excuses. How can we make any excuses for a nigga who been out the ring for a year or 2 years or 2 months or 8 months or whatever the case may be? How do we get to make those excuses? Because if in football it's any given Sunday, and on boxing it's any given night, I don't think we have the right. I think those excuses kind of contradict the way, you know what I'm saying, mentally we feel about the sport. Arlie, what's up, sweetheart? Happy New Year to you too. Dude landed 80 more punches and threw 300 more. What is? Hold on. So, Wizard Sleeve, what you're telling me is, you believe in CompuBox? Hold on 1 second. Wizard Sleeve, anybody in here? So what the fuck y'all telling me is y'all believe in CompuBox? And y'all believe in ShowBox is CompuBox? Is that what y'all are telling me? Is that what y'all saying right now? Because a motherfucker can throw, I don't give a fuck if a nigga throw 1,000 punches. If he don't hit you, what the fuck? What in the actual fuck? So I'm at a loss for words. I just want to read comments. I just want to read comments. That's all. Like Band-Aid, what's popping with you? I just want to read comments because I guess now, you know what I'm saying, like, we believe in CompuBox, you know, inactivity tells tales. These are professionals. And so we believe in CompuBox now. Oh my God. Wow. Hey, fuck it, man. Hey, man, this y'all world. I'm just living in it, man. I'm just living in it, man. I'm delusional as fuck. What can I say? I'm just saying, I'm delusional as fuck. What can I say? So, one-armed Gary Russell would have lost the Tank. You're right. He would have. He probably would have lost the Tank. The fuck? The fuck? What the fuck are we? What are we talking about? Like, do you hear this shit that I have to deal? Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about right now? Like, what are we, like, really, can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on here? Like, JD, there really must be a UFO over my house right now. I really fucking believe that shit. Like, because I need to go to fucking planet, I need to go to planet Zorg or Zon or fucking fly me out somewhere in the Milky Way and drop me off, man, and let me come back when the world changed. just drop me, look, drop me off somewhere where the world isn't inhabited, and just like, yo, bring me back when the world shifts. Oh, you had the COVID, Brody? Oh, man. I'm glad you back, though, man. I'm glad you back, man. I'm glad you in good health, man. I'm glad you in good health, man. I'm glad. Man, Fish, man, every time you type, man, you sound fucking crazy about a fucking minute. This is like he got beaten by a low IQ boxer. Just because Gary's talented don't mean he deserved to win. He went and injured. He's his own fault. Like, once again, I just don't have time for this shit no more. You got it. You got it. You got it. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. He got beat by a low IQ fighter. He got beat by a low IQ fighter with one arm that just couldn't hit him the entirety of the night. He didn't deserve to win. You're absolutely right. He didn't deserve to win. That guy deserved to win? What did you see? What did you see that said that says he deserved to win? Or you going by CompuBox too? So I guess we all going by CompuBox now. CompuBox tells the tale of really punches thrown and punches landed. I'm sorry. I'm an inferior boxing mind. You got to speed me up. I'm slow as fuck. Y'all got to bring me up to speed. I'm an inferior boxing mind. I just don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. I don't know shit. I don't know shit. Apparently, you know, CompuBox tells the tale on how many punches are landed, how many punches are thrown, and apparently a guy with one arm, you know what I'm saying, who fought the entirety of the fight, who didn't get fucking touched. I mean, you know, hey, man. You know, I guess, you know what I'm saying, we're we're clapping it up to ineffective aggression. You know, we're giving titles to ineffective aggression. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in boxing now. I get it. I see it. I see what y'all are saying now. You know what I'm saying? We're giving titles for CompuBox. We're basing what goes on in the boxing ring off CompuBox, not our own eyes. I get it. So we don't watch fights anymore. We just look at CompuBox, and basically, you know, we give guys credit for, you know what I'm saying, certain individuals being low IQ, and everybody said this dude was the real deal. He was going to knock him out before the fight and all of that shit, but he couldn't touch him. I got it. You know what I'm saying? My bad. You know, hey, this is what we do now. CompuBox is a decisive story to every boxing match I mean, it's the decisive outcome to every boxing match we ever watched because they definitely tell the truth. I mean, look, let's go back and watch Sean Porter versus Errol Spence, because CompuBox was really counting those punches Sean Porter was landing. I mean, they really were. I think they were counting, they were counting those punches, right? I think they were counting about one punch to Errol, I think they were counting like one of Sean's eight punches thrown and landed to every bit of Errol's like one or two. They would give Errol about 5 punches to, what I'm saying, when Sean would land 6, they would give Sean 1. When Errol would land 2, they would give Errol 6, so we just going by CompuBox now. CompuBox tells the tale, with, ineffective aggression is what wins boxing matches. I'm sorry, this is what happens in boxing now. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just didn't know that's what was going on in boxing, but now I get it. I get it. I get it. Don't worry. I won't be misunderstood anymore. I won't be misunderstood anymore. I get it. It's all about CompuBox, It's all about CompuBox. And a motherfucker throwing 800 punches and doing absolutely nothing. Ineffective aggression. When a motherfucker is throwing punches, completely getting pivoted all night, landing into the ropes on his own validity, getting completely outgassed and outclassed, sitting in the motherfucking rings with his arm up on the ropes, gas and shit, visibly gassed, just panting like a fucking dog that's been out in the fucking 100-degree weather for too long with the white tongue hanging out his mouth. That's what we give credit for in the boxing world. And I'm just sorry that I caught on too late. I'm slow, you know what I'm saying? I was born mentally ill, you know what I mean? Like my mother had to put me on the short bus. I was the type of motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, who used to put mayonnaise on my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches when I was little. So you gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, forgive me for my insolence. Just forgive me. Hey, man, it's your world, Wizard Sleeve. I'm just living in it. I don't give a fuck. So, look, hey, man, y'all got it, man. Y'all got it. I'm an inferior boxing mind. Y'all know what y'all talking about, and y'all got it. Like, he threw a whole bunch of punches that didn't land. And that's what we give credit to in the boxing world now. Ineffective aggression. Y'all write this down and remember this. In 2022, ineffective aggression means everything. It means everything. Man, and CompuBox. Wizard Sleeve. Did you count those punches landed, or did you leave that up to CompuBox? Because you're speaking from a place of stats, and your stats aren't facts. Clearly, they aren't facts. But I'm gonna just go ahead and play dumb. I'm gonna just play dumb with y'all for the rest of this live. I just want to be the biggest fucking troll in the world because clearly, motherfuckers, I woke up and the whole world has completely lost their senses, lost their mind, and completely have a fucking and just like I don't know. Maybe y'all got punched in the eyes last night, real hard. Did y'all get punched in the eyes real hard last night? 2 of them. This one and this one. Y'all got punched. Did you? Y'all got punched. The nigga and then my thing, he don't even want to have a rematch. Like, what does that speak to an individual that doesn't even want to have a rematch to a guy that you couldn't even hit with one fucking arm? Jesus fucking Christ. But look, man, ineffective aggression tells the tale in boxing now, and I'm just a nigga that just, hey, man, whatever y'all say, I'm just going with it. Because I don't know shit. I don't know shit. I don't know shit. I have no idea what the fuck happened last night. He got beat look, man. Somebody got punched. Look, either they got, look, I don't know, man. I must be talking to individuals who got punched in the eyes last night, because apparently, that dude hit Gary Russell about 200 or 300 times. How the fuck How in the motherfuck can anybody say that motherfucker punched him 100 times? He didn't even hit that motherfucker 100 times. All you niggas smoking Hubba rocks, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Go back and watch that fight again. You're smoking crack. You're smoking crack. You're smoking crack. You're smoking crack. 2022, y'all motherfuckers been on quarantine a little too long. I see it. I see it. Your brains has become scrambled eggs. Like, how? How? Boone, what the fuck are you talking about? You must have woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Look, facts, perfect, well said. The lunatics are taking over the motherfucking asylum. Boxing the science about boxing ain't sweet ain't released that sweet no more. Scratching my head, scratching my head, scratching my head. We got some crack niggas trading in beers for crack. niggas traded in Newports for Sherm sticks. Bro, did you even watch the fight last night, or you watch highlights, Boone? Because I don't even want to hear this shit from you. You king of the highlights. So, did you watch the fight, or did you watch some highlights? Or you just going off what people say? Because there's a lot of motherfuckers who just go off what people say and don't even watch boxing matches nowadays. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong, but you ain't right. I'm not wrong, but you ain't right. Go back and watch that fight and you tell me if that motherfucker even landed 100 punches last night. Steve Farhood, Jim and all them niggas, all them motherfuckers was counting CompuBox numbers. Bro, when I start talking to niggas, and I always been like this, so motherfuckers could get offended if they want to get offended or whatever. But when I start talking to niggas, and motherfuckers start telling me that they motherfucking counting stats and CompuBox numbers, that lets me know that y'all motherfuckers y'all don't really know shit about what be going on for real. Because you shouldn't even have to look at stats. You shouldn't even have to look at motherfucking stats and numbers to be a deciding factor on what the fuck is going on. I have never let stats be a determining factor. Because if that's the case, motherfucking when it come to basketball, motherfuckers, people would be judging felonious stats. Or motherfucker, like, yo, it's just like watching a football game. You can't call a nigga, you can't base a nigga's greatness off of stats. Bruh, if you watch stats, that don't tell you the tale of what the fuck is going on in the game. Y'all niggas is swift, smoking Hubba rocks. Like, niggas is bugged out. And I even said it last night. Shout out to dude, he got the title, but I can't give a motherfucker the title like that. I can't. And when y'all motherfuckers start disrespecting a nigga, who completely outclasses a motherfucker with one arm, y'all motherfuckers have really become desensitized to what the fuck be really going on in the sport. And that's just how I feel about it. Take it however the fuck you want. Take it however you want to take it. Because since when the fuck did stats become the deciding factor in boxing, especially if you take all of that shit away and you watch the motherfucking fight without the stats, y'all motherfuckers would be lost at sea. Can you make a judgment on your own? Can you? Will you? Do you? Or don't you? Because when I'm watching the fight, I'm locked in like this. I got my TV turned down, ain't none of that. I ain't hearing, the left side ain't hearing none of that. Right side ain't hearing none of that. I'm just peeping the style and the way the op sweaters. That's all. That's all. Look, man, I'm not going. Yeah, Boone, you better take that shit. You better take that shit, cause I'ma ask. Cause I'ma ask. Cause I don't even know how niggas could even like. Cause I'm not even sitting here saying like, cause never once did I sit up here and say like, yo, Gary blew him out the water. But never once did I say he lost either. But he damn sure didn't lose. That dude didn't win. And Gary didn't lose. So where does that leave me? That leaves me with the perspective of a motherfucker should have deserved a draw. The nigga pivoted the fuck out this nigga all night. Had this nigga diving head first, corner to corner. Corner to corner. This nigga was like, you can't find one spot in that fight where this motherfucker wasn't running down some shit that wasn't there. And niggas is saying that motherfucker hit that nigga over 180 times? What the fuck? What the fuck? Out of 12 rounds, that motherfucker probably didn't even land 12 punches per round. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Or y'all crack pipes is really frying. Somebody tell me, y'all tell me with a straight motherfucking face, y'all saw that nigga hit that dude 12 times per round. I'll wait. And then I'll pity the motherfucking fool. Because a lot of y'all sound like some motherfucking fools. And Fish, shut the fuck up. You keep talking about an injury. What does it matter? You just emotional. I love you, Fish. But you just completely like want to see things from an emotional, like you want to see things from like, I don't know where you want to see things from. I really don't even fucking care at this point. I really don't care. Look, honestly, everybody knows I don't give a fuck what nobody think. I respect everybody's opinion, but that don't mean I got to give a fuck about it. And that don't mean I have to reciprocate it in the way that people want me to. And people can call me wrong, and rightfully so. Y'all can be right in y'all right in your head, and I'm right in my head. But you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is there might be some motherfucking rocks and some lint kicking around in a bucket up there. You know what I'm saying? Some loose screws, some cogs and shit. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know what I'm saying, composed of, you know what I'm saying, neurons and organic matter. You know what I mean? I feel like my brain is doing what it's supposed to do. I just don't know if the rest of the world's is. This shit makes me weak. It makes me weak. It really makes me weak. This shit got me. This shit is funny. This shit is funny. I'm dealing with a legion of misfits and I never knew. But don't worry. I'm with y'all. Ineffective aggression. Y'all saw this motherfucker hit him. Y'all saw. Hey, Myron. Hey, Myron, did you see that man get hit 120 times last night? Did you see him get a hit 180 times last night? Did you see him hit him with 100 plus jabs last night? Did you see over 100 something power shots that nigga hit him with last night? Was it 180 punches landed at all from anybody in that fight last night? I don't believe so. But I do believe somebody was working way harder. Treadmill on 10. Treadmill on 10. Running in place. God damn it. The fuck. You know it. I'm the most emotional nigga. It pours out my pores, my tear ducts. I'm sweating. All of the emotion is pouring out of me. You feel me? It's all pouring out. I'm crying. I'm sweating. I'm so emotional. You're right, Fish. Everything I do is with passion. So passion breeds emotion. So I will be emotional. But I will call you butthurt, sir. Because the moment I'm saying what you disagree with, and you want me to see it your way, when you're completely blind as fuck, and you really didn't pay attention to what happened last night, and you didn't give an accurate depiction of what's going on, and you're solely speaking to an injury that doesn't even matter when a guy goes in there and outperforms an individual with an injury and had a long fucking night of fucking inactivity. Well, I wouldn't say inactivity, but forced inactivity, and he still made the fighter who had 2 arms, 2 legs, was useful, and had all the intangibles supposedly. Amazing boxer puncher, as the boxing world would say, and he couldn't do anything with any of that, sir. So I would say you sound emotional because you keep trying to beat this shit into my head, and I, for one, don't agree with you. I don't, but then again, I do, because misinformation and ineffective aggression is what rules the boxing world right now. See, I've noticed, and I've seen you in a lot of places, Fish, and I know exactly how you feel about Gary Russell, and I know exactly how you feel about a lot of things when it pertains to the sport, and you say a lot of dumbass shit, and by all means, do so, but that doesn't make it right. Nor does anybody have to take what I'm saying here and believe it to be right and to believe me to be correct in any way. You can take it however the fuck you want to take it, but I'll be the first motherfucking strong baritone ass nigga to tell you when y'all sound dumb as fuck. And if you get offended, that's on you. Do whatever the fuck you want with it. But I stand by what I stand by. And you, sir, as a man, have every right to stand on what you stand on. And I completely disagree with that. And that's okay. And we can still coexist in this world because that's what men do. And for you to be butthurt or feel chastised based on my critique of whatever the fuck you feel, it just shows me, considering that you older than me, I'm 10 steps ahead of y'all niggas. Pushing through and surviving the odds, I totally agree with Duce, though. You got twice the weapons the other guy has. You better whoop his ass. You got to take those belts nowadays. As far as I'm concerned, I thought you had to take the belt from the champion. And believe it or not, that is the consistent stance that I've stood on the entirety of this conversation. You didn't sit up here and hear me say, Gary beat the shit out this dude, or Gary, you know what I'm saying, won that fight. I never fucking, when the fuck did I say that, emphatically that, you know what I'm saying, he won that fight? I completely said he did. I said he didn't lose it, period. And I sat up there and I said several times last night, if anybody's seen the fucking alien footage that I put up, I said congratulations to that man. You won the belt or whatever, but you won the belt off of pure technicality. Pure technicality. Now, when I'm speaking to this situation and all aspects of the topic, there are things that I'm going to speak to that the world didn't allow you guys to even get an understanding of, because half of you won't even pay attention to it. And no disrespect to those that do, because I'm not here to single anybody out. I've got love for the entirety of my community. I talk shit. I've made it very clear this is a barbershop community, and I'm going to say what the fuck is on my mind. And if you have a problem with it, hey, you know what to do. You clearly know what to do. But clearly, I have a problem when I talk to individuals and motherfuckers get blinded by fucking CompuBox numbers. People act like they're not seeing what's going on in the ring, and people are known to give motherfuckers points for punches that you don't land, punches that are consistently hitting gloves, and punches that don't even push through. And that is my problem with a lot of the stance that you gentlemen are taking. Because clearly, that guy did not hit Gary Russell over 100 fucking times in that fight. And for anybody that fucking truly believes that, I just would have to say, go back and watch the fucking fight again, cut the sound off, and and I understand a lot of y'all, some of y'all motherfuckers' eyes is old. Slow that shit down 2 times, 4 times if you got to, and really motherfucking see what the fuck is taking place in there. Because I've watched that fight 2 times already, and in both of those situations, I feel exactly the way I feel. Nor am I trying to change opinions. But you have to take a title off a champion. and you couldn't take a title off a champion with one motherfucking arm. So when Gary Russell raised his arms last night, he had every reason to. Because for real, while everybody is sitting here trying to ridicule a man based off of, you know what I'm saying, blowing out his shoulder in the fourth, I praise an individual who showed consistent heart, who fought for 12 motherfucking rounds, and manage to use the other facets of the sweet science, because it's not based on just coming forward and throwing punches, and being able to use his fucking defense and pivot that man consistently and show that he can make this dude look inferior and that he cannot fucking lay a hand on him. Does that make sense? I definitely said ineffective aggression because, because that's what we're giving guys credit for. Ineffective aggression. Ineffective aggression, that's what we give credit to. The question is, what is effective aggression? Because if it was Lomachenko, he would have got the win. That's a good question. That's why I said. And apparently, we want to credit individuals for ineffective aggression. So now what we're speaking to in boxing is basically if you're walking forward or you're coming forward, you're winning. That's it. You're not landing. You're not hitting anything, but you're winning. And motherfuckers want to he threw 300 punches. If you throw 300 punches and you don't land fucking 100 of them, what the fuck does that mean? If you throw 400 or 500 punches and you can't land 80, what does that mean? If you throw 500 punches and you don't land any at all, do we give people wins for that? Is that what we do? Just like Danny Garcia, when he fought Lamont Peterson, and Lamont Peterson got robbed. Because they said Danny was showing effective aggression when Danny got the shit beat out of him for the entirety of fucking 12 rounds and got bloodied the fuck up and got red motherfucking rum pouring all out the fucking front of his fucking grill, and Lamont Peterson did not show a level of fucking over-the-hill output on no Manny Pacquiao level. Boxed behind the sweet science, stayed behind his pivot, stayed behind his punches, and outworked Danny Garcia and hit him. And that's what I would consider, and that's what I paid attention to. But Danny Garcia got credit for doing absolutely nothing the entirety of the fight. Am I lying about this? And if anybody disagrees with me, that is absolutely fine, and we can have that conversation. But Danny Garcia did not beat Lamont Peterson. And he had two hands. And that reminded me of a similar scenario. That's all I'm saying. I know they're saying he won rounds with effective aggression. How was the guy effective with his aggression when he was getting spun around all night? That's what I'm saying, Fish, that was the one thing that you said today, my friend, that I actually agree with. And if you would hear what I'm saying from beginning to end, while you're voicing your opinion, and I highly respect your opinion, is the point I make according to this fight. Why are we leaning so much attention to what Gary Russell didn't have, and why are we not paying attention to all of the things that Mark Magsayo didn't have, considering that he had motherfucking two hands to Gary's one, considering he had youth to Gary's fucking age, considering he had activity, 3 times a year activity to Gary's inactivity? Why aren't we saying anything about these things? But all I hear is shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. It's his fault. It's his fault. When we know one thing about boxing, I make excuses for nobody. And boxers shouldn't make excuses. Gary Russell didn't make excuses. I'm not. And it seems like you're trying to find a way to put an excuse on something that shouldn't even be there. Because in my personal opinion, he fought valiantly. And I don't see how anybody in this room could even be dismissive of that or cannot see that. It was beyond a valiant effort. In my personal opinion, if I was to take that performance, I would use that shit in tape when it comes to training other boxers in boxing matches, because you want to know why? That's the type of shit that you are supposed to do in a boxing match when you only have one arm. He could have folded, he could have grimaced, he could have quit. But that motherfucker bit down and he fought the entirety of that fight, and he still found a way to have that fight favorable, even when it's close to where it's 115 to 113, regardless of it's a majority decision or not, on their behalf. When if you would have had a fucking judge like me, I wouldn't have had it 115, 113 his way. Because there are a lot of judges that are giving motherfuckers credit for shit that they aren't doing. There are a lot of fans out here that are giving people credit for shit that they aren't doing. And clearly, that's what I feel as though is going on here right now. Why didn't that guy even swell him? Why didn't that guy hurt him? Why was that guy the visibly gassed one in the fight? Why was it that he was only getting hit probably 4 to 8 times per round, and this motherfucker was even wincing from one shot? Why couldn't he see one shot the entirety of the fight? So if we're going to give motherfuckers credit, and we're going to call that guy champion, and we're going to sit up here and say that he did so much with all of these punches that you guys speak of in the entirety of that fucking fight, I don't see how that was when that motherfucker couldn't motherfucking land shit. He couldn't land shit. He had a cornerman screaming for him to throw the body shot for fucking 7 fucking rounds straight, and the motherfucker wouldn't do it. And that completely would have changed the fucking outcome of the decision. Would have made it so fucking clear it would have been a fucking landslide, regardless of he had one hand or not. Now, I will speak certain things when it comes to the fact that motherfuckers is really getting worked. But can't nobody in 7 hells, I don't give a fuck if you Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles, can't nobody, man, Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles could motherfucking see that that guy did not outclass Gary Russell last night. I put my kids' tuition on that shit. I put my life on that shit. I mean that shit. I swear on everything religious and everything I love, my cars, my home, all of that shit, that motherfucking kid did not outclass Gary Russell last night. And I'm not going to let motherfuckers who are not paying attention to the fucking punches that are thrown and are speaking solely from a CompuBox aspect and going to sit up there and try to tell me that shit, because that shit is straight gas and y'all know it's gas. And if you don't believe it to be gas, guess what? That's your opinion. I'm not here to sway it. I'm just saying, for motherfuckers who really, really watch boxing like that, it just highly disappoints me to know this is where the fuck we're at in the sport. Because a lot of the shit motherfuckers are lending the credit to, the reason why he won, is bullshit. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. I can smell it through my phone. I need to wipe the bitch. Yeah. And then the worst part is, motherfuckers y'all act like motherfuckers in this joint act like Gary Russell owe y'all a level of activity. Y'all act like Gary Russell owes y'all to fight 3 times a year. If that motherfucker want to fight 1 time a year, that's his prerogative to do what the fuck he want to do as a grown man. If he goes out and fucking performs, that's all the fuck that matters. Whether he fights 1 time a year, he fights 3 times a year. How the fuck Gary Russell owe it to y'all to fight more than what he has to? So all I'm saying is, when I'm hearing niggas speak, I'm hearing niggas speak from a place of disdain. It has nothing to do with the boxing match. And then people are lending bullshit excuses to why he fucking lost, and that had nothing to do. And what that shows me, and this is literally me being as sound as I possibly can be, what that shows me is motherfuckers did not pay attention to nothing that the fight had going on. You just simply don't like the motherfucker. That's what that shows me. Period. He didn't outpoint shit. Where's the sleeve? You're bugging. He did not outpoint him. How? He didn't even fucking touch him for real. He didn't touch him. So what is your point system based off of? A nigga who comes forward, gets pivoted all night and don't hit nothing? Is that what your point system is based off of? Because if I'm throwing all night and I'm just touching gloves, I'm not giving niggas points for that. I'm not. But apparently on your scorecard you do. Okay, great. I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you. People don't like him. They wanted him to motherfucking lose. And I've never understood. I've watched several motherfucking fighters. Nicolino Loche wouldn't throw a whole bunch of punches in a fight, and that motherfucker would outclass the fuck out of niggas the same way with two hands. Am I lying about that? All I'm saying is, it shouldn't matter. Like, I'm over it. I'm really over it. People got a skewed perspective of what the fuck they see. People motherfucking like judge motherfucking people judge motherfucking fights like fucking women. Like they be all in their emotions and shit like that, panties all bundled up and shit like that. You act like what a motherfucker decided to do in his life weighs bearing on how the fuck you should feel about him and shit like that. When regardless of whatever a motherfucker say, he's still one of the most threatening, one of the most deadly, and still one of the most skilled fighters in boxing, and you can't take that away from an individual. And clearly he must be that if you can make a motherfucker look like that with one hand. And then all of these motherfuckers with this perspective talking about Gary got beat by a low IQ. He's a low IQ fighter. Was he a low IQ fighter before the fight? Answer me that. Was he a low IQ fighter before the motherfucking fight? Can you answer me that? Because I don't believe nobody was saying he was a low IQ fighter before the fight. Everybody was saying Gary Russell was going to get stopped. So how did this dude go from being a 50-50 fighter, Mark Magsayo being the next motherfucking thing, to now he a low IQ bum? You can't have it both ways. I'm not mad. I do this. I go in pockets. Sometimes I'm here. Sometimes I'm here. I'll be on my Vivian Green. I'm an emotional roller coaster. Never really emo, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just a passionate guy. You know what I'm saying? And I pack a lot of sense of humor. So, you know, I have my highs and I have my lows when I'm speaking. Sometimes I might be trolling. Sometimes I might be joking. There's times when I'm serious. There's times when I'm, y'all don't want the two hands. You want the, you know what I'm saying? I can't co-sign that. Gary Russell is one of the reasons why the featherweight remains stagnant. Him and Leo Santa Cruz. No, say Leo Santa Cruz. Because if Leo Santa Cruz would have fucking fought Gary 2 fucking maybe 3 years ago, the whole time he was calling him out, maybe the division wouldn't be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, we got to understand too, JD, and I respect what you're saying, but we got to understand too that, you know, the promotional aspect of boxing and some of the shit that motherfuckers be doing, it be slowing shit down too. Because all Gary wanted was the fights that he wanted for him to have a certain level of activity. And he spoke to the reason why he only fights one time a year. He only fight is mandatory because motherfuckers wasn't trying to give him those fights. He wanted the championship fights. Niggas wasn't trying to give him those fights. So when it comes to that aspect, I'm not going to hold Gary accountable for what he do once a year. If champions going to fight champions, and that's been a consistent problem, and then we got other dudes who blame, see, we got to look at this shit. We can't have it both ways. Challenges, so champions not fighting champions, and at the same time, motherfuckers will say a challenger can't challenge a champion, but motherfuckers get in their feelings when a challenger challenges a champion and say, yo, or a champion challenges another champion and say, yo, he need to do more. So I'm just saying, like, where we gonna fall in the middle? Where we gonna fall in the middle with grace? Like, where we gonna fall in the middle with grace? You feel me, fam? Because I'm just like this. On one hand, niggas say, this person is slowing the shit down, but he want to fight champions. Then you got another nigga going up in weight to fight a dude for fucking invisible belts that have nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, the weight class that he campaigns at. Then you got another individual then we have other individuals who are champions, that call out champions, and motherfuckers say they need to be fighting this person or that person. So at the end of the day, champions is holding other champions up, but I wouldn't say that was Gary Russell's issue there. You know what I'm saying? So when we gonna fall in the line with, you know what I'm saying, there's really no grace, and boxing isn't really handled properly in the right way. You know what I'm saying? There's really no fucking perspective of really what really takes place in the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, really what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers is always blaming one motherfucker for all of the fucking sports problems, and I be sick of that shit. It's a constant. It's a constant. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't get bailed. I ain't even gonna go there. It's all across the board, and it all sound contradicting. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying. On one hand, we're gonna point it at this dude, and then on another hand, we're gonna point it at this dude. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, because there are several individuals that I could talk about who don't unify no fucking divisions. There are several people out there that don't unify no divisions. They don't. Al is a motherfucker. Al don't motherfucking unify. Al Heyman don't put people in unifications. You know what I mean? And that ain't even a good stance to take. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens in every division, every weight class. You tell me what person who isn't on this, unless you on, in majority speaking, unless you ain't in the same fucking promotional outfit, half the time shit don't even be happening. And then we got niggas who sit up there and talk about you gotta go this way and go that way and go that way, because I find it funny that niggas are talking this Gary Russell shit, but ain't nobody in the past 2 motherfucking years said shit about Triple G. I would say Triple G is more inactive than Gary Russell Jr. Ain't nobody saying shit about Triple G, but it's all Gary Russell Jr. So that's what I mean when niggas be picking and they choosing. And I'm just not saying you doing that. It's a lot of motherfuckers doing that. So what? We just supposed to sit around and just wait for Triple G to just entertain Murata? Regardless of whether it's a unification or not, when he had a nigga on his own and he could have unified with, that's been begging to fight all of these niggas. But then on one case, on one hand, you got a nigga saying, oh, he needs to fight fucking Jamal, or Jamal needs to fight him, playing ping pong over there, when that's something that could be realistically could have gotten done. We got niggas in every motherfucking division, damn near, holding some shit up. Fights that don't make sense, some fights that do make sense, and a whole bunch of shit be poppycock filler. So if it's about unifications, then I'm not going. You can't put it on that man. I don't get JD. Did I say you? Did I say you? I never said you. I never said JD. Did you say Triple G? I said motherfuckers pick and choose what they want to do that shit with. I'm just speaking to the fact for me. I'm not putting that shit on Gary like that, because Triple G been the most inactive, overpaid motherfucker who ain't done shit for 2 years and nobody says shit about it. Now, you might have been on other channels saying things, but am I on other channels with you? I'm not your home stenographer, my nigga. I'm not traveling around in your back pocket, nigga, like writing around like, hey, this is what JD said on the internet today. You know what I'm saying about Triple G? That nigga did this. Like, the fuck? Come on, bro. Like, you act like I'm with you on other channels and what you doing, and you got to justify what you do to me. You don't got to do that. If you do that shit, hold that down. I'm speaking in general. Ain't nobody, I'm not shooting at nobody in this motherfucker. I'm just saying why I'm not doing it and why niggas need to motherfucking like, and why I be on some miss me with that shit type shit. For real, because niggas can real live miss me with that shit. Because niggas pick and choose who they want to be extra spicy, man. And like, for real, if plenty of niggas been talking about Triple G bullshit, I ain't heard it. I ain't heard it. But I don't go around looking either. So I'm just be honest with you. I ain't really looking. I do listen to a lot of boxing shit, but if you're mainstream ain't saying shit about shit. And a lot of channels don't, and for the ones that do, maybe they might be getting buried through the files with other fucking channels that might be hitting my shit, but a lot of motherfuckers don't. And I do hear motherfuckers like, yo, I don't see niggas going garden on Gennady. Have you ever seen a Garden Gnome Gennady post? I've seen more posts about Gary Russell and his inactivity than I ever seen about Triple G. And motherfuckers can't tell me that's not facts. That's 100% facts. 100% facts. Now, you can defend your stance all day, but like I said, this has nothing to do with your stance or your take. This is just the facts. Like, niggas let that nigga slide. Electric slide. Boogie, woogie, woogie. For real. For real. How does a nigga get $70 million and ain't forced to do a motherfucking thing? Gary Russell not getting paid like that. So the demand of one nigga, you know what I'm saying, who won a big payday compared to the demand of another nigga, like, and for real, Gary Russell would have smoked Navarrete. Would have smoked Navarrete. His whole boots. Navarrete is the most slow, awkward motherfucker that's easily beatable by a nigga that's got a motherfucking sweet boxing style. Like, I don't know why niggas be acting like this nigga scared or something like that. Y'all niggas is funny, man. What's a guilty conscience exposing itself? Like, how a nigga getting 70 million? How a nigga getting 70 million and niggas don't say, niggas will sit, where the Garden Gnome Gennady post? That's what I'm saying. We're Garden Gnome Gennady. You out your mind if you think motherfucking Navarrete would have beat Gary Russell. Man, Gary Russell would have outpointed that nigga to sleep. Navarrete gets touched up by man, come on, dog. The same nigga that got touched up by who? The same nigga that got touched up by who? Man, please. This nigga Navarrete gets hit more than any motherfucking body. Man, that nigga easy. Man, please. Please. He cannot be the motherfucker. He cannot be the sweet boxer. And I would bet, look, we could bet a stack on that. We could bet a stack on that. He'll smoke that nigga boots. On my mama, he would smoke that nigga boots. Navarrete would not beat Gary. This the nigga who blocked every punch with his motherfucking face. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? He wouldn't even be able to keep up with him. How can a nigga that slow, that awkward, that motherfucking, with that many holes in his game, how the fuck is he gonna be able to keep up? See, so many niggas is used to motherfucking toughness, being able to get through with certain niggas that, man, he would have danced on that boy, man. Niggas ain't used to getting to see niggas dance no more, man. Y'all got to get back to being able to see niggas dance, and I know boxing done did that to a lot of motherfuckers, man. Niggas don't get to see niggas dance no more, man. When niggas see niggas dance, that shit goes nowhere. That shit goes nowhere. Y'all niggas like, I fuck with Navarrete, exciting fighter to watch, but that motherfucking boom-ba-doom shit don't work, man. That shit, boom-ba-doom shit don't work with niggas who really got that motherfucking, that really got that pivot motherfucking stick and move action motherfucking, that in and out. Man, come on, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Niggas bugged out. And that's your opinion, and I fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion, but I fucks with you, but no. No. I bet $1,000 on that shit easy. Easy. You better keep that nigga over there with the motherfucking, the Joettes of the world. On my mama, like, these niggas, man, and like, yo, that's why I can't wait. I can't wait if motherfucking Shakur Stevenson versus motherfucking Gary Russell happen. I mean, my bad, Shakur Stevenson versus motherfucking Oscar Valdez happen. I can't wait so I can just silence the whole world and motherfuckers will understand this is why you don't want to see it. This is why you don't like it, because skills pay the motherfucking bills and niggas is beating your motherfucking ass and niggas can dance. Niggas is dancing. Niggas is. Niggas can dance, Gotti. And when they find out that shit, if Bob's stupid enough to let that happen, which I don't think he is, if he's stupid enough to let that happen, nigga gonna dance. And they can't keep up. When you got two left feet, it's hard to fuck with a nigga that can dance, man. Clean knockout, off his feet. The nigga I guarantee, this is what I'm betting. This is what I'm betting. White towel theory. If it happened, white towel theory, they throwing in the towel. They throwing in the towel. They throwing in the towel. Is the contract signed? Is the contract signed? Is the contract signed? Is the contract signed? Wait for it. Wait for it. Is the contract signed for this supposed April showdown? Is the contract signed? Because I heard they ain't got shit ironed out. So if ain't no contract signed, don't tell me something gonna happen, because that shit always, niggas always say that shit, and that shit don't ever happen. So motherfuckers gotta start reserving their opinion until contracts are signed. And then even then, you gotta make sure the shit gonna go through. Because you know what I'm saying, they let that motherfucker, you know what I mean, have all types of shit in this system and he get the fight. So you know if it's on Oscar and they gonna let him ride. But if ain't no contract signed, I don't wanna hear about it. But the white towel will be thrown. He will quit on his stool. I promise you that. Shakur Stevenson will make him quit on his stool. And I can't wait to see that little bitch get beat the fuck up. Yeah, I said it, little bitch. I can't wait to see that little bitch get beat the fuck up, smack the fuck up, stomp the fuck out, drag the fuck out, knock the fuck out, motherfucking smell salt to woke the fuck up. All of the above. Terms don't mean shit, man. Y'all be jumping the gun, man. We done went through this too much, man. I don't like being emotionally jerked. I don't like being emotionally jerked, because niggas have said this shit about how many supposed big fights that were supposed to be done in the past couple of years, and them shits don't come to fruition, especially a motherfucker who been running from this motherfucker forever, ever. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, let's wait and see. You know what I mean? We got to reserve our opinion and stop saying shit is happening that's not happening. That would be like me going on, making a video and saying, oh, the fight, you know what I mean? The fight going on, the fight, and the shit not going on. That would be bad journalism. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. So until that shit's signed, I don't give a fuck about the term. You know what I mean? Them shits be falling through. One motherfucker get devish and next motherfucker get like this. Until that motherfucker say, you niggas sign on the dotted line and go across the ticker, we got a fight date and all of that. Then bada bing, bada boom, boom, boom. We got to fight, ladies and gentlemen. Half the time that shit don't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? And for real, motherfuckers is more threatened by Shakur. Motherfuckers is more shook at Shakur and Oscar Valdez. If Oscar Valdez takes the fight, the only reason that motherfucker is taking the fight is that, and that's because of the motherfucking stain on his name right now. And he feel like he motherfucking juggernaut tough right now. And he feel like he got to go out and prove something because that motherfucker was exposed when it came to that Burchell fight and got exposed when it come to his motherfucking urine. So he feel like he got to go out and do something motherfucking prolific. And he just gonna get beat the fuck up. I just want him to take it because I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think Oscar Valdez is 1,000% motherfucking pterodactyl pussy. I mean that shit. I think he 1,000% pterodactyl pussy. I think he come from that motherfucking school and that mind state where motherfuckers with limited motherfucking skill sets and shit go out of their way and motherfucking niggas just let them get passes on going through fighting, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm not shitting on your optimism, yo. I you know what I mean? Be optimistic. But I'm just at a level with boxing the way that shit has been disappointing since motherfucking boxing been disappointing since for over a decade. For over a decade. And I've been And the fact that I've run this channel and I've done so many edits and I've been disappointed by several motherfucking fights, several stances, I'm not going to motherfucking sit up here and get excited about this shit. I want, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I pray to God that something like that will take place. And I'm very hopeful that something like that take place. But I'm just in the know that motherfucker, when I've been optimistic and I've been wanting great shit to happen in boxing, for boxing, that shit ain't done nothing but let me down. So I will no longer be emotionally connected or, you know what I'm saying, optimistically invested in that shit. But do I want it? Yes, of course I do. Of course I do. And I don't never want niggas to think I don't. But at the end of the day, I think the nigga pterodactyl pussy. I think he don't want no motherfucking smoke with the boy for real, for real. And the only reason he'll take that motherfucking fight is because it's a stain on his name. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Cause that nigga's a bitch. He been a bitch. Like, for real. And I don't know why niggas like that nigga like that. I'm tired of these limited ass fighters motherfucking ducking real talent, man. And I'm tired of people always trying to put some weird asterisk, or I'm tired of people always trying to put some weird motherfucking narrative in front of the reason why motherfuckers ain't fighting people. That shit is deflating, bro. Especially when you got a hell of a love for the sport. That shit is hella deflating. All you hear about is motherfuckers making excuses when it come down to a good fight. Since when don't it matter? Are you great or not? You know what I'm saying? But that's for another topic, man. Like, I just think dudes just be like, man, these motherfuckers just love to be, they just love the motherfucking, like, they just love to stall because they know they not really who they say they are. They know they not really as great as they motherfucking try to perceive themselves to be, and they know they don't really motherfucking want to fight the way they say they want to fight. And they'll do anything to avoid motherfucking not getting exposed by top tier talent. And I'm just tired of goofball niggas in boxing. And there's a lot of goofball dudes that run around with belts and shit like that and say that they tough and make every motherfucking excuse about why they don't want to fight. And fuck them all for real. Because they the reason why, you know what I'm saying, I feel the way I feel about this shit right now, and only be part-time invested will be going on in this goofball ass sport and shit like that. And they got this sport motherfucking set back from the motherfucking great days when motherfuckers would really show up, show out, pay for the event, want to be at every motherfucking weigh-in, want to be at every press conference all over the motherfucking world and be a part of this shit. They the reason why people overlook boxing and pass it over. Because every time it come down to a fight, there's motherfucking a sizzling fight that motherfucking look good. Motherfuckers always got an excuse on why they don't want to fight. And the only thing that I chalk excuses up to is the fact that you scared. And then motherfuckers sit up there and say, oh, motherfuckers got every right to pick and choose and blah, blah, blah. Why won't this person do this and do this? Shut your bitch ass up with your motherfucking protecting your motherfucking favorite fighter ass. I'll smack the shit out y'all niggas, man. Not talking about y'all. I'm talking about these goofy ass niggas with these goofy ass channels that go out of their way to protect these bitch ass niggas, man. And they do. And I wish more motherfuckers saw the sport like that, for real, for real. But niggas is afraid. Niggas is afraid to get criticized. Niggas is afraid to lose subscriptions. Motherfuckers is afraid to be real. Live in a really fake fucking world. This nigga said Oscar finna mean Curry Duck Claus Valdez, aka the pterodactyl pussy. Cause that motherfucker straight up pterodactyl pussy. Like, for real. I ain't never met a motherfucker ass nigga. I call that nigga girly mouth. Such a bitch. Like, for real. Just like a lot of these niggas are straight bitches and they don't want to admit it. And they been holding motherfucking niggas' careers down for a minute and then expect motherfuckers to run around and play dodgeball and have to curve and run through the cracks and shit like that and find other avenues because you ain't got no fucking heart. Type of fucking world we living in, that's fucking boxing. Like, I thought motherfuckers wanted to fight somebody. Like, come on, G. Come on, G. This shit is goofy. Yeah, women's boxing suck. I mean, I ain't trying to shit on they party or they parade. They do what they do, but I'm just saying, man, it's just certain sports where motherfuckers look really awkward in. You know, like there's only a couple of women specimens that stand out that really make boxing look good, and there's a bunch of them that make them look bad. Like T-Rex, she make women boxing look good. Super Bad Estrada make boxing look good. Michaela Mayer make boxing look good. My fucking girl, I love her more than fucking anything. Motherfucking Savannah Marshall, she make boxing look good. But then there's a lot of motherfuckers who just do the same, come forward with the dun shit. And like, yo, what I realized about something, and here's my theory about this whole come forward with aggressive style in boxing. What I've really realized is motherfuckers want credit for all of the shit that they can't do. And then they want your opinion to move out the way. They want your opinion to move out the way, and they want to be accepted for all of the things that they don't have. And they want to make excuses, and they want their excuses believed by the world and their narratives for all of the things that they're not capable of. Like, boxing shouldn't be a sport to where motherfuckers is locked in and have to fucking, you know what I'm saying, like be like be loving of shit that people can't do. Heart is cool. Heart is great. But skill is a lot fucking better. Skill is a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, women's boxing, and I mean, I'm speaking on men's boxing as well. I'm just speaking to the fact of where it's a lot of motherfuckers that can't do shit, that want all of the credit for what the fuck they not good at. And yes, Gotti, it is. It truly is. It's a sad state of affairs. But all I'm saying in the boxing world is it's like this. Like they've created a style. It's called the can't do. We know what it is. We know what it is. Motherfuckers come forward with sock and bottom robots and shit like that, and then they call that shit entertainment. But don't understand the speed, the precision, you know what I'm saying, the movement, you know what I mean, and all of that shit that be going on with boxing and shit, and try to downplay that shit. This nigga crazy. This nigga Trace first said, you don't like the get him sis, the get him sis style, head down, all over hands. Like, yo, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we praising the can't do shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, and then it shows you, like, realistically, like, why motherfuckers really want you to, you know what I'm saying? They really want the campaign for motherfuckers to be out the way. They want you to motherfucking respect the can't do's. I don't. I won't. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers show me they can't fight though, so that's why I don't watch. These motherfuckers can't fight. Yo, motherfuckers is going out like, yo, like niggas be going out their way to motherfucking praise motherfucking like modern era boxing and shit like that. Like niggas is really bringing a whole bunch of sharp tools in. Like they really not good for real. Like a lot of these niggas is really not good. A lot of these niggas is really like vanilla wafers and shit. You know the vanilla wafers, you know, only your grandma got them shit to the house and shit for snacks. Like, them shit's bland as a motherfucker, but you gonna eat that motherfucker. So, because you want to cook it. So boxing is motherfucking new age vanilla wafers. A lot of these niggas is new age vanilla wafers. I swear to God. I swear to God. They new age vanilla wafers. They want you to tune in and they want you to like, look, deal with it. This is what it is. He's going to walk forward, and he's going to get punched up all in his motherfucking face, get his brains rung around and shit like that, and we're going to call this shit boxing. But, and then on top of that, I wouldn't have a problem with it if motherfuckers didn't try to act like these niggas is tough like that, or they good like that. And a lot of these dudes, champions, non-champions, they fight like this, and motherfuckers try to lend them credit and try to act like they good when they know damn well these motherfuckers are not good and they make boxing look fucking bad. Everybody's gonna watch somebody get punched in the face to a certain extent if it's exciting enough. But nobody is gonna sit and tune in like to two dud-ass niggas claiming they top tier and they not. But that's all I got today, man. I got to get ready to go. Hope you guys have a great day. You know what I'm saying? It was good sparring with you guys. I ain't had a good, you know what I'm saying? I ain't had a good, you know, little debate type little shit, or, you know what I'm saying, different opinions around me in a minute. It's been really fun. I've got to enjoy it. Fish salute, JD salute. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, and this is the thing, right? I'm not here to rain on y'all parade, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't tell y'all how the fuck I really feel. And I expect y'all to do the same thing with me. So we don't have to agree on anything, but I respect y'all opinion. You know what I'm saying? And you can respectfully or not respect mine. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. You know, if you're getting enjoyment out of what you're watching, I salute you for that. If you're hanging on to a hope that, you know what I'm saying, things are going to be better, I salute you for that as well. You know, it's just that, you know, for me, it's like I've just come to accept for my reality and for what I see. You know what I'm saying? This isn't superior box. This isn't boxing at its highest levels. this is a bunch of dodging and a bunch of, people using excuses as scapegoats to dodge what could be the superior level. So, you know what I'm saying? Gotti salute. Everybody salute. Y'all be blessed. Have a safe day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be good and all of that. And you know what I'm saying? I still be around. I'm sure there's something else that's going to spark my mind to pop up and say some shit. So, everybody be good, man. Banner Day salute. John B. Poetic, man. Peace and many blessings to all of y'all, man. As we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Peace.